Thank you everyone for joining in today to our webinar. And yeah, now we are launching the anomaly alerts. We call it Smarten Snapshots. So today we would like to give you the overall actual live demo as well as some benefits and how you can possibly use it in your organizations to manage the volatility and anomalies and other related parameters better for your KPIs and targets. So yeah, thanks everyone. Let's start. So most of you know Smarten, and it's one of the rare combinations of traditional BI and modern BI platform. So while it has the traditional BI components such as reports and dashboards and cross-tab, tabular, geo maps, all those bread and butter elements of business intelligence. We also have advanced analytics components which are targeted at citizen data scientists and power business users, such as self-serve data prep, where someone with no SQL or ETL understanding can prepare the data without any scripting or programming. Key influencer analytics, which helps you understand the relationships and behavior of your or the impact of your parameters on your target variables. Assisted predictor modeling that helps business user with no data science background to create, share, and use predictive model on its own. Now we are introducing anomaly alerts today. And apart from that, we also have sentiment analysis and clickless NLP search analytics. So overall objective is to democratize use of analytics and transform your culture to citizen data scientist by empowering your business users to think about the possibilities of using data and data insights and predictive modeling for their day-to-day business roles. So snapshot, generally we all monitor some targets, we all monitor some KPI, whether it's say for example target for your sales or your average purchase price or attrition in your company, and whatever other targets we have, which can be departmental or individual based on how you monitor your or manage your organization. So monitoring target is fine. But now with snapshot monitoring, we are adding the element of machine learning and the descriptive language generation power to the whole analytics. So while you can set up the target, you can set up the influencers which are affecting your target. Then system will keep on monitoring your data set for any anomalies or threshold that you might have defined. So say for example, if you are monitoring your gross sales, you may define you may define say cities or regions or product categories or certain sort of discount as the influencers which affect your gross sales. You can decide the frequency of monitoring as daily, monthly, hourly, whatever you want based on how your data is refreshed. And then system will automatically monitor the target. And whenever a threshold is breached, say for example, you might have kept 1% increase or decrease, should give you the alert. System will send you email. It will also send you the in-portal notification with detailed description of why your sales is up and down, what are the reasons for that, and what are the major contributors for your performance or non-performance. And all this summary is generated in a very nice, easy to interpret in English language as well as the appropriate visualization. So this is all about enabling the management by exceptions. System will only send you alert when a threshold is breached, and then will also give you the lot of ML driven interpretation where it will give you what is causing this performance or non-performance, what is the overall volatility and trend and other analysis over last few periods of your monitoring and all. And we will actually show you this live on the tool Smarten today. So yeah, so these are the benefits. You manage by exceptions. You have ML driven auto-generated descriptions and chart, which will help you interpret your reasons for anomalies better, and that will help you manage your organization or your goals or KPIs in much better and much informed way. So one use case is, say, for example, gross sales. I wanna monitor my gross sales, which is, I think most of the organizations have this KPI. And then say what are the contributors, or what are the influencers for my gross sales. So it can be certain cities, certain regions, certain discounting scheme that I may have. So once you define the snapshot, your data set will get updated based on whatever frequency you have, and you can decide the frequency of monitoring your snapshot alert as well. So say in this case, say let's keep it daily, for example. So this is monthly example. So say it says that between December to January, your sales has gone down, and the product category health drinks and the city Orlando had observed the major rise. It is overall an increasing trend, and there are certain categories where which are significantly control. They are your major contribution categories over the period of time. So it gives you this sort of interpretation as well, with a lot of interactive visualization. So say you don't only get prompted for increase or decrease, or when a threshold is crossed in your gross sales, whether up or down, but you also get the reasons and interpretation of why your sales is up or down on that particular day or particular month, or whatever frequency you are observing these gross sales for. So again, it helps you with a lot of auto generated insights, and enables your management by exception. Another use case can be, say, for example, this was a case where, say, your sales is updated weekly or daily in your system. But say if you want to monitor, say crypto prices or stock prices or the commodity prices of the raw materials that you are using, right? Then you can monitor your individual uh, individual prices for a particular dimension as well. In this case, we have taken an example of the live crypto prices, and whenever, say, for example, it goes up by, say, 0.02 percentage, because it is almost in real time, it is updated, say, every 5 minutes. It will give me the prompt that, okay, a particular coin has crossed the threshold, it has gone up or gone down. It will also give you analysis of your volatility and trend and other parameters. So yes, whether you are whatever KPIs you are maintaining, whether you are maintaining the KPI for your average purchase price for a particular commodity or raw material, or you are managing your sales for various products or regions, or you are managing your attrition ratio across, say, 5, 10, 50, 100 branches that you may have, or different departments that you may have, or you may be managing your say sales in terms of quantity, or whatever. You can use this. It will only bother you when a threshold is breached, and it will also give you a lot of interpretation in simple English language supported by interactive visuals. So very helpful tool to manage your KPIs and target across your organizations. So yeah, and yes, we are listed in multiple Gartner reports. We have marquee customers across the different segments using our Smarten, as you know. So yeah, please visit www.smarten.com for more details. And right now, without wasting further time, we will straight away dive to the demo of the actual tool. So I'll hand it over to my colleague Ayush here now.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Karthik. As he has explained the benefits that Snapshot provides, from monitoring your target variable to receiving the real-time alerts. Now let's have a look at our live demo. So as we all know, Smarten is 100% web-based full-stack modern BI platform, which serves solutions for a wide range of business use cases. So let me log in with my account. And let's have a quick look at the data set before proceeding for the snapshot. So for this example, I am taking a sales data set, and it has each record which represents different order in a given time. So it has date column, And it also has the product information such as product category, the name of product, where it was sold, such as city and state, by whom it was sold, so the employee name, and other related information such as its quantity, its cost, its list price, and also the gross sales for that order. So, okay, now we want to monitor our gross sales so that we can see where most of the sales are coming from, or see if there are any unexpected ups and downs for our gross sales. So creating a snapshot is fairly easy. All technical parts are automatically handled by Smarten. So to do that, just click on Add, and it will list all the rich features that Smarten provides. And one of them is Snapshot. So let's click on that. And just select the data set that we want to create a snapshot on, sales demo, and hit on next. And then just a little bit of cleaning, such as handling missing values. So here, either you can remove or replace the missing value. Let's go with replacing them. And optionally, we can apply some filters on our data set. So say you want to apply some filters on product category or some city only, then you can filter your data set from here. But let me keep no here so that I can use all data to create my snapshot. And clicking on next. So now this is the main configuration screen. Here we will define certain parameters based on which the snapshot will be created. So the first one is the target. So this is the variable that we would like to monitor. So here it is gross sales, as we discussed. So I'm selecting gross sales, and then is to optionally select the display name for our gross sales. So you can change it to something else if you like, but this is just for reading purposes. Then the symbol for our target variable. So for gross sales, I'm choosing rupee symbol. Okay, then we have it is asking, do you want to monitor target breakdown by context variable? So it is whether we want to monitor gross sales as a whole or by each individual values of a selected context variable. So suppose you have a variable city and you want to monitor gross sales for each individual values of city, then you would click on yes here and continue with the rest of the configuration. But let me select no for now, because we want to monitor gross sales as a whole for this example. But in the later part, we will also show you how to leverage this feature in detail. And the next one is to select a time dimension. So here we have the date, as we just saw in the data set, and the type of it. So whether this is a calendar year or financial year. So let's go with the calendar year, which is 1st January to 31st December. Okay, now we have the frequency. So it ranges from yearly to daily. So it is how frequently you want Smarten to monitor our gross sales. So say you want to monitor gross sales on the daily basis, then you select daily here and then continue with the rest. But for example, you want to monitor your gross sales on the monthly basis, say past 12 months, then you select monthly here and put the number here for analysis. So here I'm choosing 12 as past 12 months of analysis. And then we have several aggregation functions to choose from, such as sum, average, most recent, least recent, etc. So for example, if you were monitoring your target variable as such as price, then choosing sum may or may not make sense. So in that case, you would select average here. But for this example, in the since we are monitoring gross sales, it will be more understandable if we select sum here. So I'm choosing sum as an aggregation function. Okay, and then next one is the polarity. So now we have selected gross sales as the target. So it is beneficial for the company if gross sales are increasing. So the higher the gross sales are, the better it is for the company. So for that reason, I'm using polarity as high here. But suppose we instead of gross sales, we were monitoring some another variable such as cost of goods. So the lower the cost of goods, the better it is for the company. So in that case, we would select polarity as low. But since we are monitoring gross sales, which is beneficial only if it increases, then we are choosing polarity as high here. And next is to optionally select the context variables over here. So selecting these variables will allow you to have a closer look at how gross sales is affected across all values of the selected context variable. So in short, it gives you the ability to slice and dice your gross sales for each values of selected context variable. So here for this example, I'm choosing sales quantity. say product category and city. So I will be able to see in a granular details and how my gross sales are being affected for this given context variables. So let me click on next. So now Smarten is trying to automatically detect trends, patterns, and anomalies in your data to create a snapshot, to generate a snapshot. So let's see the final result. Okay, so now our analysis is span across 4 tabs. And first of them is anomaly snapshot. So if you want to just read through the summary without going into the much details of the analysis, then you can read through this tab. So it starts with the comparison with the previous period. So it is observable that our gross sales is down by 0.36% in between January and February. And also, since we have selected the context variables, we can also see the potential drivers for this change. So such as we can see that there was a major drop observed in product category snacks, which was about 64%. And also the city Phoenix had shown the around 52% of change between January and February. So as a business user, you may want to look for some solutions to fix this by applying some marketing strategies which best aligns with your business. But now, interestingly, despite of this overall drop of 0.36% in the gross sales, there are certain product categories such as health drinks, which have shown the rise between the January and February. And similarly, City Orlando has shown 590% rise, which is really significant. So, there must be something interesting going on over there, and you might be interesting to look at. So seeing this comparison with previous period, you might want to see how your gross sales is performing in last 12 months instead of just a comparison with the previous period. So for that, Snapshot shows you the gross sales for past 12 months as individual data points as shown in the chart. So if there are some sudden spikes like this one observed in November 2022, then it is considered as an anomaly. So this would be really interesting to see why your sales have performed so well in that period, and suddenly after that it dropped for 3 consecutive months. So there must be something that didn't work so well. And yes, obviously, there always is the interpretation to simplify what is being shown in the visualization. So for this example, we can infer from this interpretation that sales has a steady increasing trend, and some other information such as when the highest rise or highest drop were observed, along with the information of how many anomalies were observed throughout the past 12 months and when they were observed. Not only that, Snapshot also gives you the holistic view of the context variables. So we can see that which values have significantly contributed to the our overall gross sales. So for example, this alcoholic drinks is the key player in our contributing the gross sales, which is around 32%, which can roughly translate to one third of our gross sales compared to all other categories in product category context variable. Similarly, the city Seattle is also the highest contributing category in all the cities. So not only that, it also shows you how volatile your gross sales are in past 12 months. So here we can observe that the overall gross sales has the volatility index of 34, and it is considered as a low volatility. So overall, our gross sales is steady, it's stable. There are not so many fluctuations going on. So we can see it has a low volatility.
So see, overall snapshot insight here is overall 12 months trend is up, but volatility is low. So your sales is overall stable, but trend is high. So you are gonna have more sales than what you did earlier. Last month you had some drop in the sale. Major contributors is alcoholic drinks. Major contributor city is Seattle, and somehow you had some sudden high spike in November 2022 and low spike in March 22. So these are the some of the events that you should look into, which is affecting your long-term trend. So both in positive and negative ways. So this is a quick snapshot interpretation generated by Smarten based on the anomaly that you have set. So yeah, let's look at the comparison in more detail now.
Okay, so this comparison tab, it shows the comparison of gross sales between January and February across all values of selected context variables. So this example, it has selected product category, and it shows the comparison of product categories between January and February. So for an example, it is we can see that health drinks, which contributed roughly 375K in January, has is contributing more in the February. So obviously, it has increased in its contribution for the gross sales, about which you can also read through its interpretation, such as given over here, or you can have a tabular view of the same in a concise manner. Or so we can see all the information about each different product categories in January and February, and what was the change along with its change indicator. Either it is rising or it is dropping. And even if you want to change the context variable, say you want to look for the city, values of city, then you can click over here from this drop down, and everything including interpretation will be changed for that particular context variable. So here you saw that we can have a comprehensive list of values in selected context variable and see how they are performing compared to others, compared to a previous period. So heading over to the next step, which is the contribution. So here it shows you how the contribution of individual values of selected variable changes over the course of time. So here it has, again, we can change it, but it has selected a product category. So it shows the contribution in the gross sales for each and every product categories in past 12 months. So for an example, this is the contribution of gross of alcoholic drinks, which is one of the highest contributors, right, for gross sales. And we can see that its contribution to the gross sales is now increasing, is now rising between January and February. But the other categories, such as bakery, which has contributed more or less like alcoholic drinks.
So if you
Has,
look from January to February, you can see
hmm,
alcoholic drinks was down earlier, but has again picked up, and your bakery has gone down. So whether you want to analyze performance of contribution on month over month for last 2 months or over the period of time, you can analyze it with this chart. Yeah.
sure, yeah. And similarly, we can see the overall contribution for all values of product category, ranging from the highest contributing category, such as alcoholic drinks, to the lowest contributing tea, and all these values in between. And also the same information can neatly be seen in a form of a table, which also color codes the contributions according to their level of significance, such as where green shows the high contribution, medium with the yellow color,
So
and red
alcoholic
plus.
drinks and bakery are your hero categories,
Correct. Hmm.
while these health drinks and especially cool drinks and snack are your categories which are very small or which are just emerging. So it gives you a quick snapshot. And apart from this, you also say at times wanna analyze the sales in combination as well. That okay, by terms of category, say alcoholic is my best category, but if I wanna say compare it with say city, then as you can see, things are totally changed now. Your bakery in Lakeland is your best combination of your product category and city, and that is almost a 3% contribution from your overall sales. So we Smarten with the help of ML automatically picks up the important combinations from all the dimensions that you have selected for monitoring the KPI or target. So as you can see from the drop down on the top, yeah, these are the combinations which are picked up automatically by Smarten based on the significance of statistical significance of these combinations. So these are the combinations perhaps you should look into, and then yeah, if you want to do any other slice and dice sort of deep dive analytics, there are other tools which are available and you can use it, but this is interpreted based on the most statistical significance and generated automatically by Smarten. Yeah. Let's look
Yeah,
at the
thank you, Karthik.
volatility now.
So as we have seen, this part of snapshot, which is an effective way to analyze our contribution, which obviously isn't the only aspect of our analysis to look at. So the another key factor is volatility. So that is where the fourth step, volatility, comes into picture. So with ability to track the volatility, we can gain deeper insights in the behavior of our data. So let's have a closer look. So first of all, we can see that overall volatility of gross sales, which we saw before, is the low volatile value of just a volatility index of 34. So it gives us the high level view of our data, and it helps to understand how much variability there is in our sales over the course of time. So moving on to the second section, we can see that the volatility of the values of product category, and it helps us to identify which categories are the most stable, such as tea, cool drinks and confectionery, and which values are unstable in terms of their sales. So we can use this information to make strategic decisions and about which products to focus on in the future. And finally, the third section, we can see that volatility in the combination of other variables, similar to what we just saw in the contribution tab. So by analyzing this information, we can make data-driven decisions to optimize our sales performance. So,
So yeah, as you can see, say alcoholic drinks in Orlando, I mean, volatility is very high. So, and generally, if alcoholic drinks is your hero category, high volatility in that is not desirable from your stability and projection and other point of view. So yes, I mean your hero categories sales should not be volatile if you are looking at the stability or more better projected results and sales forecast or sales planning for yourself. So all this has to be analyzed in context with each other, and yeah, that's the reason we have provided all these combination based volatility and contributions as well.
okay. So now say your data is updated every hour or every day or even every week. So then monitoring your sales by manually opening the snapshot won't be a feasible option. But what if you could get some kind of alert automatically generated when something important happens, such as when sales crosses a certain threshold? So that's where the alert comes in. Setting up an alert is fairly easy, but to do that, we need to first save our snapshot. So I'm just saving our snapshot so that we can access that functionality. And as soon as you save the snapshot, you will see the button for managing alerts. Okay, so now we can see there is a button for managing alerts. And let's add one more, a new alert. Okay, so first, let's give the name for that alert, some name like name for the alert, sales monthly sales anomaly, excuse me, and then activate the alert so that we can get the real-time alerts. Then say if we want to be alerted when our gross sales crosses a threshold, let's say 5%, then we will set the threshold of 5%, and then we will set the alert condition. So basically we have three conditions to generate an alert: good anomaly, bad anomaly, and either good or bad anomaly. So we will set good anomaly when we want alert when the gross sales has increased and the change is more than 5%. And on the flip side, we can keep bad anomaly when we want the alert when gross sales has decreased and the change is more than 5%. And the third option says either it is increasing or decreasing, but if the change is more than 5%, it should give me an alert. So let's skip the third option. And yes, of course, you can set the threshold in the fractions such as 0.5, 0.2. And then is to select the delivery method. So you can receive the alerts in two ways. First is by email. So you will automatically receive an email when your threshold is breached. And also you can have the in-app notification, which you will just see. and then select the users, applicable users to whom you want to send the alerts. So here I'm choosing my profile as the users. You can select multiple as well. So I'm clicking on OK, and make sure that the alert status is now active, and then close it. So suppose after some time, say if your data is refreshed daily basis or weekly basis, then your data is updated, and now our sales has changed, and it has crossed the alert threshold. So we will get the alert something like this in this notification tray. We will see the alert like this, that gross sales is down by 0.36%, and on clicking on that, it will redirect you to that saved snapshot from which you have generated the alert. And as said, you will also get the email notification. So for this example, as we can see, this is my email inbox, and we can see that it has given me the alert in my email as well. So this way, if you can
And
set
yeah,
the
this email only comes to you if a threshold is crossed. So that's how we call it managed by exception. You won't be bothered for every refresh. So you will only be bothered if and sent email if a particular threshold is crossed for your target KPI.
and also by clicking on the link here in the email, it will automatically open the snapshot for you. So as said, so in this way, you can stay on top of your data and be alerted for any unusual or unexpected changes. So you can take actions immediately, even from your mobile phone. And last but not least, let me tell you about the export feature of Snapshot. So with this, you can export all of your analysis into a single PDF format within just a few clicks, and easily share your findings with your colleagues, stakeholders, or clients without any hassle. So to export your snapshot in form of a report, click on export button, and it will automatically create a PDF format for you. So I have already created a PDF which looks like this. So it has all information which we just saw in a shareable, a nice compact format. Yeah, so thank you so much for listening to me. Now I would like to hand over this session to my colleague Khanjan, who will show you the snapshot on the real-time data. Yeah, over to Khanjan.
Thank you, Ayush. As we have seen snapshots on historical data, now Smarten provides capabilities to store and use the real-time data as well. So for this for snapshot creation, we have extracted cryptocurrency real-time data. So the data is refreshing at every 5 minutes. So in this data set, let's say we have a timestamp slug. The slug is nothing but a name of that cryptocurrency, symbol of that cryptocurrency, and price that which currently trading at the platform. So now let's filter this slug Bitcoin and see how the data is updating in real time. So after filtering the Bitcoin, we can say that data is updating every 5 minutes. Like at 7:45, Bitcoin was traded at 28,127, and at 7:50, Bitcoin was traded at 28,152. So every 5 minutes, the new data comes in. Smarten handles all the data prep, all the data preparation, and save it as a data set. Now let's look at the snapshot for this demo. I have created one crypto coin snapshot so we cannot go through the process of creating and configuring the snapshot that I showed you earlier. So for this snapshot, we have used a slug as our breakdown variable. So
So say here you have prices for different Bitcoin currencies or slug. So there is no point in monitoring the variable as the coin price, because that would be the aggregated price of all the coins. But you would be interested in monitoring the individual coin price. So that's the reason you use that slug variable as a breakdown variable. So whatever the slug values are, like BNB, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all that you can see here, your target variable will be monitored individually for each of those variables. So same way, say for example, if you wanna monitor price of your a particular commodity, or price of a subscriber, price of a from a supplier for a particular commodity, you can use those breakdown variables, and your target price or whatever that you are trying to monitor will be monitored for value of that each value of that dimension, rather than the whole value as a for a KPI or target measure. Yeah, Khanjan.
Yeah. So for this snapshot, we have selected frequency for every 5 minutes. We are monitoring crypto prices for every 5 minutes, 5 minutes. And for the aggregation function, we have used most recent, as as sum or average or any other values are not gonna make sense when we analyze the price of the cryptocurrency. So most recent is the best possible aggregation function we have used, and trend analysis for that is 12. So it analyzes every trend. We analyze every 5 minute interval, 12 intervals of 5 minutes. So it is like 60 minutes of the trend analysis that we are doing. So now let's take a look at the table. So as you can see that Bitcoin has the highest change in last 5 minutes. Is its change is 0.09 percentage, and Litecoin has high is the lowest lowest change of 0.01%. Let's go to the let's click on Bitcoin and see what kind of analysis it has given to us. So as you have seen in the table, that Bitcoin increases 0.09%, and it shows us the trend of the Bitcoin of last 60 minutes of trend is increasing trend, and the volatility of that Bitcoin is indicating very high. So you have to be cautious to trade in Bitcoin at this particular time. So this is how you get all that.
So it gives you what has happened in last 5 minutes. So it says your Bitcoin price has gone up by 0.09 percentage. Overall, last 1 hour, it is showing the showing the what's that increase? Yeah, increasing trend. So it's on a upward cycle, but volatility is also very high. So it's your call whether you should buy into Bitcoin at this time, or sell it, or whatever your trading strategy is. So this is the quick snapshot it has generated based on volatility trend, and the price change in last measuring interval, that is last 5 minutes in this case. So yes, I mean this is how intelligently Smarten would interpret and give you the summary of interpretation.
Yeah. So let's go to the alert that how the Smarten will handle the real-time alerts generation and all that kind. So here I have chosen the anomaly threshold at 0.02%. So it's an anomaly condition at either good or bad. So if my threshold is breached of 0.02%, then my alert is generated in a app notification, or the email, the settings I have chosen, that I will get an email by an alert by email, or an in-app notification as well. So let's take a look at notification that has been generated for this snapshot. You can see that slug maker is off by 0.04%. So the threshold of 0.02 is breached, and that creates an alert and shows it here. As you can see that coin price slug is down by 0.10%, and it's high. So you can monitor it by just clicking it. You can go to the slug BNB page that we saw earlier for the Bitcoin, and you can also get an email by email alert. So the latest email is like for slug maker is increasing by 0.04% for last 5 minutes, and you can simply click here to analyze it in more details in the snapshot environment. So here it provides you the trend of last 60 minutes, and the volatility and the change that occurred, like increasing of 0.04% and trend of increasing trend in last 60 minutes. And there is a medium volatility index for this that there it is mediumly volatile, not so high volatile or low volatile. So these types of insights you get in real time monitoring. Thank you for listening to me.
Yeah, thanks, Kanjan. So yeah, so thanks everybody, and now we can open up for the questions that you may have. So use the key Q&A tab at the bottom to ask any questions that you may have.
Yes, users can use Q&A section in the bottom panel of Zoom for any questions you may have.